dudes over there.
What's happening? What's happening?
Let's do it live.
That's it. You can't edit a live, bro.
You
So,
can't edit, so
so
everyone keep their mouth
it's
shut.
legit.
No
It's
fucking swearing.
no, yeah, that won't come out. Don't worry about that.
Right there, demonetized
Immediately.
immediately.
That's why over there at Bradenton, when they got that music going on, you really
Monetization at its finest.
immediately. So welcome everybody, man. Y'all watching this. I know some of you boys don't have any kind of Facebook, so you guys don't connect with any kind of the stuff I put out today, but I put a post out there basically talking about the situation that I ended up having with the motor. I mean, last time you guys saw me, we pulled it out. Yep, that's Money Mike over there, Tommy, for sure. So pulled it out, and lo and behold, I thought I was gonna have a good crank. I thought I was gonna be able to save some of the stuff. We didn't know a pickup tube, and then we figured out that it wasn't a pickup tube. So we ultimately led us to what you see right here. And unfortunately, I made a post today about the fact of buying stuff on Facebook Marketplace and not hearing it, listening to it, not a verified person. So that created all like a storm over there. But for the most part, guys, for everybody who tuned in and watched me pull this motor out, now you're gonna watch what's happened here and bring you guys with this little update of where we're at and what we're doing. And brought over to Mike. Y'all know Mike, Sinister Performance. Y'all make sure to follow him on YouTube. If somebody's there, Jed, you're there, drop his link in the chat. Y'all go subscribe to Sinister Performance Club because Mike's come in clutch right about now, man, with everything that he's been doing for the last few days out here, just grinding on this motor.
That birthday present ready.
Yeah.
You know? We got to make sure to make someone's birthday. We're all just here to make wishes come true for people. You know?
Make a wish.
That's all. Make a wish.
Make a wish. And I made a wish, man. Tomorrow's my birthday, guys. And tonight, I might be doing a lot of wrenching later on into the late night hours. Because my birthday present for tomorrow is I want to be able to make at least a drive, even if it's cruising it down my block and film it. That's, that's what it's going to make my day, man. I'm turning 21 tomorrow. So, I want to have a lot of fun. Appreciate it, Patricia. So let me give you guys a quick breakdown as to what we discovered. So, Mike, the first thing we did was we took out some, what was it, the rods? How did it all start? We found some rods that were...
We noticed when we flipped the motor upside down, when you and I were talking the first time you brought it here, there was discoloration on some of the
rods,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, that doesn't look good. It's normally a sign of heat. So we took off the hot ones, and sure enough, the bearings were completely
Destroyed.
So the other problem at the same time was that I also wiped out the crankshaft, sadly. So
that was the bigger.
That was the beginning of bad news, because we really wanted to salvage the crankshaft. And then it got worse, progressively worse from there when we took the front cover off. Found this little guy.
Yeah, you guys got to check this out, which
is now missing a couple of teeth, but
yeah, he's definitely...
The oil pump was definitely not turning, but the crank was definitely turning in the oil pump because it sheared off a bunch of metal in here. All the teeth are destroyed. I mean, it's garbage. This thing don't move.
Look at this.
It's locked up.
So what I'm thinking of doing with this, guys, is I'm going to clean it up a bit. I'm going to weld a chain to it. And basically, when you see me at the track with Sleepy Joe, I'm gonna be walking around with this, like right here.
It is a very expensive piece of.
Well, yeah. Well, look how big that would look, man. If he sported it with a chain, that thing would be huge. So definitely, they got like small tire gangster chains. I think that this oil pump chain is gonna be something off the chain. So
yeah, that was the first problem. That is probably why we saw zero oil pressure.
So you remember that, guys? That was the biggest thing, that no oil pressure. We verified the pickup tube live, and we realized that that wasn't the case. But look at this. Done. So Mike also discovered, because I said, well, how about if we just cut crank and 20 over, 30 over, whatever. But look at this thing.
Second issue is this normally presses on, and as you can see, we took the bolt off. This thing is clearanced itself, so it's no longer connected to the crankshaft.
Bro.
So the crankshaft is officially now becoming artwork for Southern chassis works because it's garbage. The
So
whole thing is garbage.
crank no good, oil pump no good, spun bearings on it. Bro, this thing is insane when the way you see this right here.
Yeah, they had torqued the bolt so tight.
You don't even need a look. When's the last time? Man, crazy to see
They
that.
had over-tightened the bolt tight enough that we had to use like a big-ass pry bar just to break the bolt loose because that's the only way that thing was holding on to the crank. So, I mean, that was a little surprising, to be honest. I've never seen that either before. I've never seen either of these things, so.
It's a first for everybody.
I mean, it spun something. Maybe the oil pump failed first, but.
Yeah, I'm thinking this could have been like an insurance job too. Maybe sometime, I mean, I don't want to point the finger at anybody, but this could have been one of those deals where the motor was on its way out. They drove the hell out of it or crashed it or I don't know. And then, I don't know. I know I started a storm today and the gentleman who sold it to me, he chimed in and stuff like that. And people were like chewing him a new one because, I mean, you have to a certain extent, there has to be some kind of disclosure. It can't be just like if I sell something, I would want to be satisfied with what I'm selling and understanding what the hell I'm selling versus just saying, okay, here's a motor and assume your own responsibility. Because it would have been easier for him to have put in that post, hey, a good core, you know, I don't know nothing about, but to tell me, oh, I checked the valve covers, oh, it turns freely. Yeah, this is why it's turning freely. Look at this thing. Oh, it's not turn freely. So the day, I mean, I don't know if I put the post on YouTube, but the day I took the motor out, I put it in the back of the truck. Mike told me to bring it by. That's when we diagnosed it, checked it all out. As you can see, some of the parts are all here. You got the rods and the pistons and stuff like that. You got the heads there. But it's basically the only thing I can really use from here right now. I mean, we don't know the camshaft because we didn't pull the lifters out. But it would probably just be the block. Because if I'm going to reuse those rods I think are all banged up too. If I was going to just use the pistons, then I might as well just try to do a stroker kit on this eventually. But Mike had something in store, which is this right here. So when he steps back over here, if you guys could hear him, this is what we got.
Okay, well, luckily for this guy, conveniently, I had one Gen 3 Hemi here at the shop. It's been fully rebuilt. It's got all new bearings in it. It's completely freshened with ARP studs throughout it. So it's a badass little unit. It's still stock displacement, stock rod and pistons, but it's been upgraded with all the good hardware. So
Oil pump?
brand new oil pump, functional oil pump. Like I said, ARPs throughout. So it's a good little unit. Like for what you're trying to do, you want to keep it stock.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, it'll take a bunch of power. We make 1,000+ horsepower all the time with these things. So
Well, I'm going to let you be the judge of that as to what I could increase or what I don't increase. Because I know with the superchargers and the suspension setup, they like to like smoke the tires, 8-mile burnouts and stuff. I want something to
horsepower in that little truck you got.
It's going to boogie, huh?
Feel the tires, definitely. So I mean, E85 with these units, it's easy to make 1,000 wheel.
Wow. So yeah, guys, those are be little upgrades that we'll be doing slowly but surely. But the exciting part is that this is a reality here. This is a reality here. Yes, it hurts because this wasn't planned. I wasn't really trying to. Vroom says, let's hear about the warranty.
We do the same warranty we do for all our engines. As soon as I can't see your tailgate anymore, that's where the warranty expires.
Well, and this is leaving on a tailgate truck, so it's not even leaving in a truck. So
it's an end of driveway warranty. That's what we offer.
But Mike's gonna be doing a little tuning on it, so
I'm very confident about this. Like I said, it's all freshened up.
Yeah.
Victor's seen it all. I mean, it's not a random marketplace by
Yeah.
this time. So
well, look at this is what
one's legit.
this is what random marketplace gets you. And man, people said, "Oh, there's no way that could have failed it." You know. And you know, which it's like bittersweet because I wanted to like remove to cancel out the VVT. I ended up buying a harness for the VVT, and maybe I would have exposed something with it. But again, here you did the VVT delete basically on it, so which is way better.
Took it all apart, took the cam gear out of it, put a limiter kit in it, so it doesn't have that anymore. So that'll definitely help with tuning on Holly and stuff like that.
So the VVT would basically what, like change it to like 4-cylinder type of thing, or what the hell is,
No,
what's the
it just
function of that?
adjusts the cam timing, so it'll make it easier for the Holly stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, on a standard, we tune a lot of the stock Hellcat stuff with the stock PCM. On your application, it's going to be a Holly system, so it's just going to make our life a lot easier with everything we're doing with this. So yeah, it's got a brand new limiter kit. I did that this morning. There's a video of that I'll send you after for anyone who's interested. Yeah, we're ready to go here.
Basically,
Take some oil, put a blower on this thing, and
send it, huh? Well, we're not gonna send it just yet. We'll test
We're
it.
definitely not sending
Yeah,
it right out of
fire
the
it
gate,
up.
but we can fire it up.
Yeah.
Make sure the vitals are all good. Like I said, after seeing that, that's the first time I've seen a Hemi oil pump fail like that. It's not a common thing. So
Yeah, nobody really believed me. Well, believes it, because oil pumps are very basic, simple
it's a
for them.
mechanical
Yeah.
thing. I mean, unless it's chewed up like that, you're gonna see some kind of oil pressure. Like to see zero oil pressure normally is either a bad sensor. I know we went through a bunch of different diagnoses looking at like the pickup tube and stuff like that, but even then, if the pickup tube, like the seal's not that great, you'll still see some kind of pressure. Seeing just zero is alarming, but I mean, a lot of people figure like you did, maybe a bad sensor or something, because it's very rare that an oil pump, especially on a motor that someone claims to be good,
That's what I was
if
saying.
you fire this thing up, it's got zero oil pressure, we're shutting it down within fucking 10 seconds.
A second, yeah.
Because then there's something else going on with however you got it set up. Because I know this, which it's a brand new oil pump. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
all
it-
new. The motor's
yeah,
all new. So
and now it's got
as you fire it, it should have low pressure. If it doesn't, then
no, and it's got a new sensor and all that stuff.
everything is new on it. So
Which, speaking of this sensor right here, this is a GM sensor, and that was one of the reasons when we first tried to fire it up before Mike had seen the tune, because I had just like a basic drop-down file menu, which just to try to get it to start. This right here, I think was what it was showing as a Chrysler. Was that what it was doing? That it was showing the temperature
we
at.
just had a couple of sensors that were out of whack, so we fixed all that in the tune file.
So-
everything should be.
So the revised tune that you sent you should fire it up, because it was already fired up. I think you had
Yeah, it should work fine, and then
Then we'll
make
see.
sure all the vitals are working, and then we'll go from there.
Well, my goal, guys, is to take this puppy back home and try to drop it in tonight, because tomorrow's my birthday, and I want to be able to at least fire it up, put it in reverse, and even if I just gotta like pull it out of my garage or driveway and just drive it right back in. But I want to just see it, the fact that, man, it's been one thing after the other, and right now I feel like good things come to those who wait. Good things, open up. I mean, when you deal with people, the way you should, then doors do open up. And sometimes, like stuff like this, I'm not telling anybody not to buy stuff from Marketplace, but always make sure you verify stuff. I didn't want to open this motor. I said, well, you know what? It's a stock motor. It's got low mileage. I've seen motors sit for a long time, and, you prime them, and there you got oil. But this was never going to get oil no matter what, because it never had oil. There was issues there way before I ever got there. So I'm going to use this little pump. I'm going to take this block back home with me as well, because I'm going to try to eventually have it as a spare, maybe. Build a nice stroker motor out of it. And then in the future, pop these heads back off, put them on here, and then save that block. But right now I'm looking for reliability, something that I could go to the drag and drives, go to the little car shows, go and still race 8th mile, backside mainly, because like I said, I'm not going to be the fastest thing out there. But in a bad surface where I could have fun with it, man, and learn. A lot of Mexico cash days. Looking to be a part of all this racing scene, and not only just film it, but also be part of, the racing itself with the good old S10 Sleepy Joe, a.k.a. the SR10, which, yeah, I mean, we're going to have some good times. I'll probably be live later on. If not, I'll be live tomorrow, all day, during my birthday trying to put this in for as long as it takes. I don't want to, how do you say, cookie cut or take any shortcuts. I want to show you guys this is what it is. One dude in a garage trying to slap a motor on
One man.
by himself, a one man gang. But yeah, I like to disclose everything, guys, because sometimes, man, not everything works out as planned, and life doesn't work out as planned. So this is one of those scenarios where I wasn't planning for it, and then it just said, boom, here you go. So I'm excited to take it home, load it up in a little bit. Mike says everything's really ready, good to go. Just a matter of backing up the truck, taking some of the parts, and yeah, so appreciate you guys, man. There's nothing else I can tell you, but love God, love family, always love racing. And yeah, hopefully it'll be tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. Make sure to share this. And yeah, just stay tuned.